In this video, we're going to be talking all about the offer and how we build up to the best offer in the SMMA world. And it's going to start with something that we call the Baby Yoda strategy. And we use this as an example for you to get a better understanding on tripwires and value ladders and all that great stuff that you've probably heard maybe in the past from other marketers, but we're going to explain it in an easier to understand way. And once you understand that, you will understand how we build this offer and why we start with trials and sometimes free trials, and how important it is in the beginning to start off your offer exactly like this. So let's jump on my computer and let's get into it. So we came up with this strategy called the Baby Yoda strategy instead of just kind of using marketing terms with like tripwires and like working your way up to the value ladder. Because ultimately, what you find out in the marketing space, and you're going to eventually have to kind of speak in these terms as well, is that when you're talking to a prospect, you need to use analogies. You need to explain things without using big terms, and you need to use them at a 5th grade level. Every marketing video, every time, like YouTube shorts and TikToks, if the language is spoken that a 5th grader would understand, most of the time, these kind of things go viral. It's just the way the human brain works, and you want to use terms that people understand. So Baby Yoda, everybody knows, so that's why we called it the Baby Yoda strategy. But there's also a reason. This strategy is the easiest way to offer your services to close more deals. Ultimately, that's what we want to do. It makes it easier for businesses to say yes. It makes it easier to sell, especially if you're new. And it makes it much easier, I should put a much in there, to build trust. Because ultimately, this strategy is about building trust in the beginning. Leverages, low risk, low dollar, but high perceived value in the beginning. Essentially, that would be considered a tripwire. Strategic process to offer more services to a client, essentially the value ladder. This is all going to come full circle. Make sure you watch this entire video to the end, as well as making sure that you like, subscribe, and comment what you like, what you dislike, what questions you have in the comment section down below. Any links that you need that I may mention in this video, you can find down in the description. And make sure you go and watch video 1 of this series. So this is your cute little Baby Yoda. Everybody on the earth knows who this is. Well, at least I assume so. Okay. And by the way, I wasn't like a big Star Wars fan or anything like that, or Baby Yoda fan. Essentially, this came out from my business partner who was. So in the end, you pick something that everybody knows. And so we need to start off by understanding cable TV. And cable TV is going to kind of mirror what most marketers try to do. And when most marketers are trying to do one thing, you want to do something different. And so don't be cable TV. See, cable TV is dozens to hundreds, I would say hundreds of channels, depending on the packages that you choose. And they can cost between $100 to $200 plus per month. My cable bill with internet is $400 and something. It's ridiculous, $370, $380 a month. What cable TV does well at is they do well at pigeonholing you into the corner and not giving you an opportunity to make choices. And so all my other choices are about adding more things to my bill, but being angry, an angry customer. I can't tell you how many times I have to go drop off a cable box and customers are always mad. And the only reason why I have cable TV is because the internet is more money, and it's the only option I have. It's like a monopoly where I live. Okay, I don't have the choice to go to Verizon. I don't have any other choice but to use the service in my area. The wires are only for the cable company. That's it. And so I'm pigeonholed. And so cable offers TV shows, movies, documentaries, music, a whole bunch of stuff. But they don't give you that flexibility to say, hey, listen, like I only use 7 channels out of the hundreds. Like, can you lower my bill? Oh, no, we don't have packages for that. We only have this package, and this package, starting at $100 a month for that. Oh, and by the way, if you don't get internet and you don't get a home phone, which by the way, nobody has anymore, barely, then you're going to be paying more money. So you have to get what we call the triple play. And so, yes, it works monopoly-wise, but that's not who we want to be. We don't want to be like the cable companies. And so it's one big bill with no flexibility. I might have to pay all this money, but all I use is the internet. I don't have a home phone, and I use maybe 7 channels, which makes me extremely mad because I now, in order to watch the movies that I really want to watch, what do I need to do? I need to come over to Netflix. So Netflix comes in and says, hey, listen, if you're just interested in great movies, come get Netflix. Now that these services have, evolved over time, because now you do have the documentaries, you kind of do have that one-stop shop. But guess what? You may want to watch programs or TV shows that isn't offered on Netflix. And so you got to get Hulu. And you may also want stuff that is on Sling and HBO Now and Disney Plus, because when Disney first came up, they said, hey, listen, we got this great show with Baby Yoda, and we know a lot of people love Baby Yoda. So for people who have Netflix or any of the streaming services, you're going to probably get Disney. And if you take a kind of look at this, right, what do? Most of them do offer this trial. Hey, try me for 7 days. Like, let's look at Hulu. Try me for 30 days. And if you like what you got, it's $18 a month. And if you don't mind ads, it's $8 a month, right? So these low cost services. And why do people purchase dozens of streaming services? Because it's one low bill. And it doesn't bother you as much as the one big bill, because this offers you no flexibility and pigeonholes you in the corner. And these give you all the flexibility. You can justify $14, $15 a month because you know that like once or twice or 3 times a month, there's going to be a show or a movie that I want to watch on Netflix and Hulu and Sling and Disney, especially if you have kids, and Apple TV and Peacock and ESPN Plus during the football season and HBO Now, so on and so forth. So these low Tripwire offers, free trials into a low monthly payment, is what gets people into it. And all these other streaming services know that Netflix started this. And they know that most people who have Netflix, now they are a streaming buyer and are much more likely to purchase many more streaming. They happen in different times of the month, not one big bill, and it doesn't really hurt much. And that's what we want to be in our agency business. We want to be different than the one big bill in the beginning and work our way up to a package bill at the end, but not until you've provided so much value. And so if you add all these, you're still going to have that one big bill spread out to all different things that you can always justify all the things you love about each one. And so these tiny bills, and you're super flexible, and that's what we want to be in our offer. That's where the offer build and learning about what our offer stands for is understanding this philosophy and this strategy. And so this hidden lesson in here is you're still spending the same amount of money, but you're more mad at the non-flexibility than you are at the flexibility. And again, that's where we want to be when we're talking to clients. And so the Tripwire, most of the time with streaming, is Netflix. Most people start with Netflix. And all the other streamers know that if people buy Netflix, they are much more probable to purchase the Hulu, to purchase the ESPN Plus, to purchase all the Disney and everything else along with it. Because once they reach into their pocket, I don't remember who said it. It's not Dan Kennedy, but very popular copywriter and marketer that said, a buyer is a buyer. Meaning when somebody buys a stream service, they're most likely going to buy a lot of them with all that flexibility that you get. Cable, you're pigeonholed. And that's why a lot of people leave cable. They have no flexibility. They're stuck in contracts and they can't cancel. They can't come back. It's just a disaster. And that's why people are leaving cable companies in droves. I'm going to leave my cable company the minute I get Verizon internet service in my area. Right now, I don't have it. So I'm kind of pigeon-toed to cable plus the streams, unfortunately. And so Tripwires are low risk, low dollar, high perceived value starter. And if you take a look directly from Google, Tripwire is an irresistible low price offer that's the sole purpose to convert an audience into a customer. The small offer helps accelerate the buyer's journey by letting customers dip their toes in without having to make that big purchase. And so that brings us to the value ladder, the strategic process to offer more services to a client once you get them in on the Tripwire. This essentially is when you can get a client to say yes to something small and easy that you can fulfill on and give them a great experience, they're most likely going to say yes on everything else that you do. And so the higher the value, the higher the price. So if Netflix can come in and capture that stream, they're most likely to get Hulu. They're most likely, their kids are going to want to watch Baby Yoda and get the Disney Channel or whatever other things on Disney that kids want. But this is the Tripwire. This is what gets people started with the streaming services. And so if you look at what's the biggest purchase, well, let's take a look and reverse this into what we do in the agency world. The service number one is going to be your trial. Most of the time it's free. And if you haven't watched my videos enough, then you need to watch more of them because you need to understand that you can offer a free trial and not break your bank. And that's what makes reputation management a very smart first trial offer. So service number one is the trial. Then you get them into the retainer. Service number one, retainer. So whatever you're offering here for free or for a very low cost per month, you then turn them into a retainer at a higher price. Because with the retainer, especially with the service we're going to be talking about, we're going to actually add more to that and increase the value. Then the point is, well, service number two, okay, if they're happy with this, first of all, if they're happy with the trial and they move to the retainer, they're going to be happy with the retainer. Now we can say, hey, listen, we're already doing this for you. Like, and trust us. They trust now that I fulfill on what I said I'm going to fulfill on. They're most likely going to want service number two. And then if you go deep into exactly what this looks like, reputation management trial into the reputation management retainer, into a message marketing campaign, into the highest value, highest price service that you provide, lead gen SEO. Okay, we kind of leave SEO off the table here, but it's the same thing. And you could even add that to the top of it. Okay, you could even go up one step. So let me throw some numbers in here. So reputation management could be free as the original big offer that you offer somebody. Let me get you more reviews. Don't worry about it. We're going to offer a free trial. Let me prove to you my worth. You can offer a 1-week free trial, but we don't like to put time frames on free trials. What we like to do is we like to directly get involved with result-based. If I get you 10 reviews, would you be open to speaking about getting on a retainer? Or I should say, would you like me to continue these services? You don't want to use retainers. So 10 positive reviews, 20 positive reviews. All you need is their existing customer list type stuff, okay? Then when you move them into when they're happy with the free stuff, they'll most likely be willing to pay for future new customers to constantly ask them for reviews. We can do that in the GoHighLevel software. And that might be $4.97 a month. Add message marketing when they know, like, and trust you at $4.97 a month. And then we can offer the lead gen, which would be pay-per-click ads, Facebook ads, and possibly SEO. Let's leave SEO off of it now. And so that's a high price service. Again, these will be dependent on the niches, but this is the easiest, fastest way that you can price them. Caveat being your reputation management retainer could be $297, $397. But what you started with was the Tripwire of offering your service for free. And you go from free to adding these three to retainer, then adding 2 more services. And now you're at that $2,000 a month client. That's how you get to that $2,000 a month client. You don't bang people over the head with a sledgehammer and make cold calls to sell them on $2,000 a month. It doesn't work for 99.9% of the people. But offering a free trial to somebody that you know in a certain industry and getting help to setting it all up and getting the assets and getting the lists in there and sending out messages. Guys, this is the fastest way to get on retainer and then offer more services in the future. And so to summarize kind of what this Baby Yoda strategy is, it's easier to sell to someone that's already bought from you before, okay? Especially if you've gotten them results with the trial. They already know, like, and trust you, and it's a simple conversation versus a sledgehammer of a sales call. When you offer more services to your clients that provide value, you'll help your clients get even more value from you. You'll keep your clients sticky, and you'll make more money over time. That's the strategy that is built into what we call the Baby Yoda strategy. And the whole point of it is to say, is also for our teachings to help you understand that it's okay in the beginning to start off things for free, because this is our plan in the near future. You have to come to terms in the beginning, and this is for people who haven't landed a client yet, that you're not worthy of collecting money yet. You're just not. You know, all my clients in the beginning were free to start with. I did work for free. It's like people don't believe me, or people don't believe that people actually do that. And I've mentioned this in past videos. Alex Hormozi has said, do the stuff for free. Be confident what you do. If you do the work for free and it bombs, what's the worst that could happen? The guy's not going to come collecting you for money. But if it doesn't bomb and you get them results, now think about that conversation that you can have. Think about how easy it is to say, hey man, I've gotten you 10 positive reviews off of a small 30 to 40 person list. You told me you have hundreds of clients or thousands of clients. We can do this across your entire client database. The amount of reviews that you're going to get through the next course of the couple months, because we want to do it on drip, including asking new customers for their reviews. You're going to be the top person in your area. Do you know what that means when you're the top person in that area? That means that you're going to be ranking above everybody else in this map listings. That means that you're going to show up when somebody Googles your term in the local area, and most likely in even areas outside of the radius that most people would drive to. But you're going to be showing up. It's going to build your brand, give you great reputation, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. What do you say we move forward with a small investment on your part each month for me to continue to run this service for you? Would that seem fair? Guys, this is easy to speak even when you don't even realize what you're speaking of. The words are simple. You could practice it in front of a mirror. Again, there'd be templates and there's scripts throughout this challenge. You'll find that in the free resources section, so go take a look there. That's going to conclude the simple but yet powerful offer build. Our offer build is based on free rep management, low cost, easy to set up offers to potential clients, hopefully in your warm market, if you've been doing the work that we told you to do in the first video, and then upselling them to ongoing reputation management for a low monthly fee. Again, that's going to depend on you. It could be $297, $397, $497, even $197, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then eventually just keeping them happy and them paying you, because the cost is nil. And what bothers me a lot of times is when people say like, oh, $297, $397 a month. I have students who have 50 to 70 clients doing this. They don't even want to go up the value ladder. They're happy with that because it's automated and runs in the background. Everything's connected. And that's what the next video is going to be all about. So let's take a look at that. So the next video, again, we talked about how you get to $2,000 per client, but the next video is now where are we going to find these clients? Yes, we talked about going through the warm market, but we're going to go deeper. We're going to go deeper into this. Intro to prospecting, warm versus cold, the arms reach method, double tap method, using Loom to help land clients, internal GoHighLevel prospecting tool that nobody talks about that is so powerful. We're going to go through that, closing the trial, simple audits, quick win sells, and post-trial close. Now we're getting into the meat potato of this challenge. Take your time, rewatch these videos, take notes, make sure that you're in the group asking questions under the challenge category in the Future Agency School group. But this video, day 3, is we're going to be really diving into it. And that's why there's more form submissions after this. And so make sure you're doing your homework, you're asking questions, you're staying involved. Like, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and I'll see you on the next one because we're about to get deep into this challenge right here, right now. We'll see you on the next one.